Hello, welcome to Free Jewelry Lessons by me, Hans Driscoll.
All right, I've been hammering away and
Check out
it's
some of this
touching
jewelry that I made.
on all the inside of the ring is touching the mandrel.
Sterling silver,
it's even.
14 karat gold, sapphire set in gold. Garnets, hand fabricated. Tourmaline, 14 karat yellow, 14 karat white band. Those are all my castings, my carvings, and I cast them myself.
All right.
That's one of my carvings and one of my castings.
On the inside that was filed, so we got that rough filing.
That's how the castings look right after you're done. That's 14 karat yellow.
With some sandpaper.
That's one of my castings with the tourmaline. Having fun with an onglet. Those are my carvings, castings in the side.
This mandrel here. All right, I've been hammering away and it's touching on all the inside of the ring is touching the mandrel all over. It's even. Looks good. All right, so we got that solder on the inside that was filed, so we got that rough filing on the inside. I'm just going to take that down with some sandpaper. Just going to throw it on this mandrel here. Okay, we got this. What I like to do is file a little notch in there. To hold the ring. Now, it's good to sand or file with something that's kind of round, big, thick, so that you're not cutting into this, because if it's too small, it's going to cut this little groove into the ring. You want it to sand down evenly. Okay, so we worked through the filing. I'll get better lighting for you. So we worked through the filing, and now there's just like these little patches of solder. Very close. Keeping it even so it's not like doing something like this. Keeping it really even. Holding the ring as stable as I can so that you're working the material where you want. Okay, so almost completely gone right there. You can see the different color of metal. So even though you got the metal even, you want to take down the solder to the sterling, because it's just nicer. All right, we're down there. It's smooth. So this is 400. You would want to go next step, finer grit to do what we were to polish it. Sorry, I was looking at the solder seam. Okay, so now we got our emery stick. We got the solder on the outside, that nice little lump that's really not much. You hold your ring really stable. Got your emery stick. This one's fine. This one's 600, but still it tears into it because it's new. All right, already got the top level just in those 3 swipes. And so now I'm going to go to the side. And you're going like this. And this is nice and soft. It's not like super hard, so you're not doing facets. You're doing you're doing the final this is the final finish steps. Right there, little solder, little bump. Just take that down completely even on the side. Smooth now. There's a little bit of a divot. Go back to here. Maybe I'll even kind of break that angle just a little, or break that hard edge just a little. Okay, so that side looks good. See, it's complete. This side has just the tiniest little, so I'm going to get back in there. And the sanding wheels for the Fordham or the Grobit are really nice. And I'm going to make those, and I'll show you how to make those. But for this, it's just doing it by hand. Okay, took that down. Just a little bit right there. Okay, looks good. That little bump is still there. I just need like just the most gentle little sanding on the edge. That's that. Now, if this is 14 karat white gold, that would not be that easy to sand. All right, so I'm just disappearing that solder seam, just making sure all over the place that it's looking good. All right, that was the 400. Taking it back up to the 6. Now you would do an 800. But honestly, right now, you can take this to the buffing wheel, to the polish wheel. This is good to go. And that would have the inside polish, and that could take off that sanding. And but I worked for a fashion designer, fashion jewelry, ladies, one of a kind. And in that world, high polished is tacky. High polish is like commonplace, cheap. It's what just, production jewelry. And she taught me this technique with this brass brush and some soapy water. And it's really beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Now, obviously, bridal's different. Everything kind of just gets polished, but bridal's different. And some people like brushed finish. Some people like sanded finish, but it's a little more rare. Commonplace is just, nice polished gold. It's really beautiful polished. But silver, polished silver, after working for her, I started seeing what she was teaching me. It's like too easy. It's too easy to polish, high polish. You want to do something to it. And also, for the sake of this video, it's awesome because you don't have to have the polish wheels. So this will take a little longer to do the inside. And I'm not going to sit here and do that. But I just wanted to show you how beautiful that brass brush is. And it's just like, you're not tearing into it. You're just rubbing the surface. Just rubbing the surface. And just like that, we made a band. And just like that, you can do it too. If you have any questions, message me. I'd love to connect with anyone out there who's on the path of doing this. It's there's tons of questions, there's tons of snares and hang-ups and easy mistakes that that are easily avoided if you just talk to someone that's been doing it for like 23 years like me. And so yeah, that's 7 and 7.5, so it's a nice ring, nice band. So that solder seam, you can't even find it on the outside. The only way you can find it is from the inside on the sanding. And after I'm done with the brush here, after I turn off the video, you won't even be able to see that solder seam. It'll all disappear. You'll only be able to see the solder with the loop, with that tiny loop, and you'll have to be under certain lighting. And that's what you want to have happen. You want the solder seam to be just a paper thin seam. And so there we go. We made a ring today. And I was going to make 2, but geez, it takes so long, right? And so we'll just make the bezel in the next video, file a little level spot, solder this onto the bezel, and then put the stone in there, cut the bezel wire down to the right length, height, which is really important when you're setting stone. And then I'll set the stone, show you how that's done, and then we'll finish it out again. And so we'll keep going with this ring. And until next time, I love you very much. Thank you for being here with me. And may we all have a great journey towards the knowledge that we want to gather in our lifetimes. I love jewelry. I love sitting here and making it. I love metallurgy. I love that I just made this out of this. And sorry, it was a lack of words there for a second. But all right, that's it. We did it. I love you very much. Until next time, talk to you later.